So I'm making a video. Today is Saturday. I lost track of the date, but the following Saturday, I went to a court hearing as far as my son goes. Today I would like to talk to you how uh, children are actually stolen, because what is happening to me right now and my son is mother is being isolated from son, and it's been done purposely through trauma, of course, because if you do your research into foster cares, and every time some children are taken, the government actually, there's a lot of money involved every time the child goes to, like, for medication, or every time they go to the dentist, or every foster home, and every case. So they're actually making more money on this by keeping the children there longer, by having all these protocols, procedures, processing time. They need to process this information. It will take this long, and you'll have to wait your child in foster home and everything. So today I'd like to talk to you again. This is child theft by the eyes of the Creator and nature. This is child theft, stealing, and it's being done with paperwork and stuff that doesn't even matter. But it's even was done purposely through trauma. And I was told many times that I would get my baby back. In fact, when I was approached by the patrol, they were told me they were not even going to take my baby, but then they ripped us apart, and they arrested me while doing so, because I told you that I'm actually preyed upon and hunted by Masonic stalking ring. And it's not just Masonic stalking ring. Many religions and folklore talk about these entities, and I don't make this stuff up. I don't make it up when somebody just records me, and then when I go ask them why are they recording me at a distance, they just up and leave in their car. Or I don't make it up whenever somebody's discussing my life in the middle of a town I've never been to and just visiting, and they're just standing precisely next to my car in the coldest of weather, and I don't make it up whenever this kind of stalking happens. And actually, this is also related to targeted individuals. There's a whole online and on YouTube, there's many individuals who say they are targeted by hive mind kind of entities, that they wouldn't even call them like a soul creature, because they are like in a human body, but again, there's all those words called soulless for a reason. And the way they behave is more like a hive mind, like a team. They all think alike, and every religion talks about it differently. Like I know the Gnostics, which is Greek word for knowledge, prior to Christianity, they talk about them as being the archons, and the Christians, of course, say demons. And think they're actually aliens too. They actually are the founders of the um, ancient Egyptian and Sumerian culture that spread throughout the world. So this is them, yes, and they have a hand in a lot of the Masonic activities. Like every Masonic club comes from ancient Egypt, along with all their slavery. And that's where they started hybriding a lot of humans. They all spread out later on. But so a lot of the whites from ancient Egypt spread to Western Europe. That's why you see a lot of Masonic clubs and all that are all Western European. And again, I don't have anything to deal with them. I don't. And they control a lot of religions. Even if there is anything that is let's say, popular. Like there's a book meeting, you make a book club, and there's so many people eventually that start to arrive and go, and they want to control anywhere where there's a lot of people that go. They want to control their minds. If there's a lot of gatherings somewhere, they want to be in the midst, they want to control. So again, like everything is like that now. As you can see, that anything that there is a lot of following, there will be some level of control. So again, we're talking about beings who are, are controlling governments everywhere. And every folklore, I think Irish calls them fairies. Irish folklore calls them fairies. And they say they used to steal their kids and or steal their children and replace them with lookalikes, and they had to put them in a basket and hang them over a fire, the baby, and then finally the demon will come out. So that was their key word for demon aliens. Um, but the Gnostics, again, they call them the archons, and that's a good read on that. Again, I don't do all this religion, but I looked into it. So this is who's controlling things, and this is who is stealing babies through paperwork and all. So what happened in court for me was they want to know if I'm his mother now. They want to know if my son and I'm his mother. Like they need all of this. And again, when I premeditated my son, Svar Christian Miaks and his father, like when we premeditated our reality together, how it's going to be when we have a baby, we didn't want anything to deal with commerce, trade, money. We didn't. That's why we agreed that, oh yes, we will have a baby, but we, for the sake of our baby, will have to leave all that behind. And then just to happen, like for us to happen this, like where they actually steal my son when I'm trying to reunite with my Misha in Russia. And they are not allowing him to come in here. He tries numerous times to come here and try to help me, even during my pregnancy. All this visas and stuff, they just didn't answer him. He tried with their embassies and all of this paperwork and all of that kind of way, which really, according to the eyes of nature, really doesn't matter actually. But in a way, they are keeping us apart, and then now we are all three isolated. They've all three given us separate, even lawyers. I had to fire mine, and we had a big argument with Misha about firing his personal attorney. But this is how they steal. They even award your baby an attorney. And I told my caseworker he cannot go to religions, and I need to guide his spirituality and all that. I had a whole list of no's, and I said, and he shouldn't be learning English because at this age we've already culturally prepared him to learn our native languages. And then she got really mad at me. Now like they feel like they've controlling the situation after stealing my baby out of my arms the way they did. I was actually chased out, and we hiked all the way into Canada, and they were actually waiting for us there. Again, I'm stalked everywhere I go, so all those targeted individuals, they know how it feels like. And I don't choose this. I don't. When I was pregnant, several times I wasn't even showing, but random strangers would like drive past me in the car, and they'll just stare at my stomach. Ugh, like I'm not even showing. But it was like that, in a way, that kind of stalkish behavior. And there was There was many. I'm always stocked with subliminal messages and t-shirts too. Like they like to do the whole goat head, the ball, goat head, or whatever you call that. Star Wars t-shirts and sometimes just writings, but I try to avoid it all. So for those that get this kind of harassment, and you know that these stalkers, they might look like they're in a flesh, but many different folklore and religions have described them to be like entities. And they don't really have a soul. And and they're all about games and baiting, so they're all about like very childish games. So as far as in the court goes, even the judge was giving me the 666 number and other Masonic hand gestures. Who does this happen to? Oh yes, it happens to me. I don't actually make this stuff up at all. I know I don't. But it does happen to me, and they isolated me. And not only did they isolate me, they made sure that my spouse will be prevented from coming here to, in a way, help us get out of here, because we created our son because we wanted our own little heaven on earth little garden and a little house and village for our son. And we looked into the Anastasia villages in Russia and Eastern Europe, and those were very suitable. We wanted to go visit many of them to see, but that was always an option. But we just knew we couldn't show our son this reality where it's always business and money. Because why? Why is money? Because money is just a printed things like on paper. It's not even real. So really, you're working for death. You're working for death. But in an actually a superior human civilization, if we were actually living like superior humans, we wouldn't actually need that, even on a grander scale. But for now, even on a village scale or a regional scale, you can actually run an entire economy just by everyone doing basic things, what they would normally do. But we're not looking to conquer the world like that. No, we just wanted something suitable for our baby, because we just know it just doesn't feel right to always work like that, because money has no sense of awareness, but you do. And you're working for what again? For something that is dead. So yes, that's the way we view it. And we are trying to, like, in a way, escape all of this. We don't like paperwork attached to us, like a slavery tag. Like that's what social security numbers are, and all this registration are. They scan you, they own you in a way. Your parents are just your babysitters. The ones that own you have the paperwork, and they give it to you like a certificate. The original copy they keep, but they give the birth certificate to your parents. Look it up. So all of this is Masonic. Like, it goes back to, like, when was it? They were always trying to give out all sorts of certificates for just about everything in the middle, the Dark Ages, because with the Knights Templar, whenever they were going to the Holy Wars, they needed like something to back up all their money and stuff like that. So they designed all this banking system, and this is all Masonically related.